It's hard for me to believe that just a year ago, I was sitting in the audience thinking, I wonder if I should adopt a baby. And here we are, 12 months later, and I am the very happy mom of a beautiful 5-month-old boy. The experience has been so unbelievable for me. It was more than I could have ever dreamed, and better than I could have imagined. Adoption dreams come true, and Cindy and her team are the most phenomenal people to work with. They have made every single step of this process so easy, and they've calmed all my fears and answered my bazillions of questions and have been there for me every single step of the way. And when I say they've been there for me, I mean they've been there for me. Cindy stayed and slept on the floor in the hospital with me while we were waiting for Grayson to be released from the hospital. And when it came time for the baby to be born, I was so excited as we were going to the hospital that Emily said, "Where should I meet you?" She called to tell me, "Where should I meet you?" And I was so excited because I was thinking I was going to do that on my own, but Emily was there for the first half, and then Cindy and Emily were there together until the baby was born. And it was such a comfort to me to have that support and to have their shoulders to lean on and their arms to hug. So they were extremely helpful, and I really appreciated that. Adoption Dreams Come True has been the most phenomenal team for me. They've helped me every step of the way. They've been supportive and encouraging, and they are knowledgeable and insightful, and they never cease to amaze me, the amount that they'll do for us and for the process. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate them and adore them, and my son looks forward to seeing Aunt Cindy, Aunt Emily, and Aunt Cinda as often as he can. So we'd like to thank you so much for all your help and your love and support. I've wanted to be a mom since I was 5 years old, and I just never knew that I was going to have the opportunity to be someone's mommy, and thanks to Adoption Dreams Come True, they've made that happen for me, and they've made my dreams and my family come true for me. So I can't say enough good things about them. They are just phenomenal. They're an amazing team.
And then after 2 years, Cindy called me out of the blue and said, "You have a baby." And I don't think I responded to her for at least 30, 40 seconds. I was just speechless. No idea what to say. And so then I called Audria. I had to call her 3 times because she was in a meeting, and I called her back to back to back. And before that, I kicked my office mate out of the office because I hadn't told anybody. I didn't want to get my hopes up, so I didn't even talk about it. And he thought somebody had died in my family, and I kicked him out of the office and called Audria 3 times, and she went speechless. It sounded to me like she just sat on the ground and couldn't believe it. So then we went home, and we're trying to get everything ready to go meet him. We have to stop at Target, we have to stop at Walmart, we have to stop somewhere. We have nothing at this point. I mean, we don't even have diapers in the house. Onesies, blankets, anything.
So the day that we found out about Carson, I was sitting there having a meeting, eating, and I remember that call, and I dropped down to my knees and started crying. I was so happy about having a child. And we got to the hospital about 2 hours later, and we saw him lying there in the NICU, just all small and precious, and instantly fell in love with him.
When I first got pregnant, I didn't know what to do, how I was going to care for her or meet her needs, but then I came to the Adoption Dreams Come True place, and they hooked me up with a family that I honestly and truly love everything about them, their family structure, their relatives, everything. And I knew while I was pregnant that my baby was going to have a great life, lots of stuff to do, very active people.
We started with Adoption Dreams Come True in June of 2008. We had a bad situation with another adoption agency, and were welcomed open arms to Adoption Dreams Come True. We started with all the necessary paperwork and proceeded with the training class. And then
kind of were in the waiting period from about June of 08 to December of 08. In December 3rd, we were told we were chosen by a birth mom, and we got to meet with them, and it was a very good connection. We ended up only having a month pregnancy, however, because she was due in January. Very unselfish people. Our birth parents are amazing people. We have nothing but good things to say about them. We had a wonderful situation in the hospital, just getting time to bond with him and love him, and getting to bring him home and do all the new first-time parents and first-time baby. We've enjoyed the process of after the getting the baby, of every month meeting with the agency, and that's gone very fast, and very excited. In a couple of weeks our baby's adoption will be final. The agency has done so many wonderful things for us and have just been so great with us, so we're very grateful.
So adoption can certainly be an emotional roller coaster, and we had our ups and we had our downs throughout the entire thing. But throughout it all, Adoption Dreams Come True certainly helped us get through the tough times and really celebrate the good times.
Wow, where to begin? This has just been the most amazing ride of our lives. We have had a great time and really have enjoyed almost every aspect of it. When my husband and I were waiting at the hospital for Emma to be born, it was just an amazing experience, and birth mom had indulged my husband and I and invited us, included us in everything, every part of Emma being born. I believe it was Cindy came into our room and said, "Hey, you better get in here. I think your baby's about to be born." So we quickly got dressed and ran to birth mom's room, and Emma was born in, gosh, a blink of an eye, maybe 4 pushes. And my husband got to cut the cord, and we cried. And my husband and I had interviewed a couple of adoption agencies, and it was just a feeling that we got with Adoption Dreams Come True. It was just an intuitive sort of sense that we just felt really comfortable here and felt like they had our best interests at heart and understood our position and where we wanted to go and what we wanted to do, and we had that common goal, that purpose.
We met with a couple of different agencies, and we decided to go with ADCT, and it was just, like my wife said, sort of a feeling that you get like this is the agency we need to be with. These are the people that we want to help us out. And we had a long road to parenthood, and it wasn't always happy. And we're glad that we went with ADCT. It's been a wonderful experience.
Well, we went through with Riley. We were lucky enough to be at the birth, and we went through 40 hours of labor, pretty much. And we had known our birth family long enough that we kind of felt like we had been pregnant ourselves. We were at every doctor's appointment. So we got to see her first ultrasound. And that's when it really became real for me anyway, was seeing her ultrasound.
So let's see, we were at the hospital for all the labor and all the birth, and it was exhausting. By the end of it, I think we felt like we were having the baby because we didn't sleep for 40, 50 plus hours. And then when she got her, she was beautiful and amazing. When we came to Adoption Dreams, we really liked Cindy when we met her, and warm and welcoming. We liked the idea of a smaller agency, and the way that they select, let the birth parents select the families, and that they have a relatively short list of waiting families. Really made us feel like it really could happen in the next year or two, as opposed to 2, 3, 4 years that we were hearing a lot of other places. And we really, really liked the staff, and everybody was so great to work with.
So when I found out I was pregnant, I had no idea what to do. So the first thing that we thought about was maybe adoption. And my friend at the time was also looking into adoption. And Emily One of the caseworkers at Adoption Agency actually called her to talk to her, and I talked to Emily. And a couple weeks later, we met up with Emily, and me and my boyfriend AJ didn't know where to go, but we talked to Emily, and Emily told us some options.
When I found out that she was pregnant, I really didn't know what to think. After we talked to Emily and everything, and she showed us the families and told us all of our options, we sat down and talked and looked over all the families and everything, and we really thought about it and decided that it really was the best thing for us because we're young and we don't know what to do. We didn't know if we could support the baby, and we actually ended up finding a really good family.
The doctors weren't really sure when my due date was, but finally when March hit, it turned out that she was ready to come. It was fun because after that, you know, she came out and she was just this beautiful little child, and she cried, and I got to hold her and I loved her, and I realized that, you know what, John and Donna would love her too. And, you know, I realized that the adoption was the best thing for both of us because she was going to be with a family that could support her, because like AJ said, we were both very young and we're both not sure if we can support a child right now, and John and Donna, they can.